Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, sorry, caught me mid-sip. For those of you that are new here, I'm a professional intuitive empath. And today we're going to get right into it. We're going to be working on some tarot to go. So for those of you that do not have access to a professional intuitive empath, it's not in the budget for you, or you just have an interest in learning tarot, we are going to be walking through a series that my angels guided me to create for you. So it's accessible here, Tarot to Go. Little quick snippets, and here's how you do it. Pick 3 out of the series of over 70 plus videos that will be uploaded and answer your own question. You are the querent with the query. So let's answer your question. And so what we're going to do is work with the Cook's Tarot. I have a background in culinary, with the culinary school. I had a catering company for a while, and I love the nourishment of this, but also the illustration and the meanings behind it. Now, what I will let you know is that every single tarot deck you ever purchase will come with a guidebook of sorts. The thing about tarot is that you're not supposed to be sitting there literally flipping through the pages, so there's nothing wrong with that because we all have to learn in a way. But it's all about your intuition and the pictures and what comes to mind when you look at the pictures. I picked this deck because it's vibrant, it is vivacious, and it is really well illustrated, but it's different than the traditional Rider-Waite, which is a more classical tarot. So let's get into the Wheel of Fortune. What I want you to know right away with the Wheel of Fortune is this is a lottery ticket. This is one of the major arcana. So we're starting with the major arcana, and then there is a minor arcana, which gets into the details and the nuance, and it's like a sentence followed by a paragraph, subject matter. I'm hearing a subject and a predicate. I'm hearing Lil Wayne. So there's all of this information that comes when we get into the minor suits. But the major arcana is important because it means that a big, bold thing is happening. For many years, as I only read with the major arcana. I have this huge deck. I'll see if I can find it for you guys that I don't use anymore because they're so cumbersome. But it was my favorite deck. It was gifted, as many of your decks will be. A good deck is a gifted deck, but it's okay. I bought many. I have hundreds around me, and I bought many for myself. But the Wheel of Fortune is about an ending or a new beginning. It's very karmic, it's very powerful, but it's also a reminder of the balance of the fact that at any time we can be at the top or the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to show you something that I will be building for myself. I love the Wheel of Fortune so much that I was attracted to just make a music like puzzle for myself. I will show it to you and I will put it together. I'm going to do a whole video about the Wheel of Fortune, so stay tuned for that when that happens. It is number 10. Its affinity is Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. Jupiter is our largest planet in our little galaxy and solar system, and whenever Jupiter energy is there, it's all about expansion in the best way. Jupiter expands everything it touches, and so you have to be careful sometimes for excess, but also it's luck. It's a lucky card when you get this. It's like winning the lottery. This figure sits on a round table that is covered by cloth depicting a pattern of spokes in a wheel. The chair opposite her is empty. Above her head is a utensil rack madly whirling around. Steam from the teapot and the golden stars seem to be pouring. Steam from the teapot and the golden stars seem to be pouring. Seem to spring from nowhere and mix together in the air. A star has fallen onto the teacup that has been tilted on its side, and another one has landed on a loosely knotted purse that sits on the rim of the wheel. There is magic afoot. That is what happens when the Wheel of Fortune comes into your life. There's definitely magic. The circular utensil rack and patterned tablecloth both represent wheels, okay? So if you look closely, you see the wheel on the tablecloth and you see the wheel here. That's the thing about reading cards, guys. If you're literally reading the cards, so you're looking at it and let your intuition take you wherever it goes to. So there are colors that are symbolic here. I see a lot of blue, so I'm thinking of the throat chakra, speaking your truth. I see green, I'm thinking of matters of the heart as well. But that wheel is about what's turning and what's coming up. Also, the star has to do with the healing as well. And in any case, these are symbolic, the symbols here, of the Wheel of Destiny, a popular concept in the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. There are 2 main views of nature in the wheel. The first is Fortuna, or fate. It turns the wheel, and one has little or no control over one's position on it. Although it may seem completely random and capricious, there is little that can be done about one's fate. The second theory is that the wheel is always turning, and this is what I think is a really great take on this, because this is the truth. The wheel is always turning. Fortunes are always about shifting, and the outcomes are determined by one's reaction to them. It implies more of a state of free will, as one can actively rise up or fall off the wheel. In this picture, there's also a teacup used for reading tea leaves that settle to the bottom of the cup after the drink has been consumed. Fortunes can be told depending on the pattern seen in the clumps of the tea. A star lies in this cup, predicting a very bright future. If you've never seen a tea leaf reading, look it up here on YouTube. There are many of them, and it's fascinating because there is no science to that. That's pure intuition, just like crystal ball reading, just like candle scrying, just like water scrying, just like mirror scrying. I have videos up here on some of those subject matters, and I'll be making more. But when you're working with some of these tools here, guys, it's definitely very much about paying attention to what's coming up in your fortune. I have a crystal ball here. I'm going to hold it up for you guys because I was guided to show you that for someone, so that you can kind of understand that it's not at all about what you're seeing in the ball. So I have a crystal ball here. It's this obsidian crystal ball, and it's not about what you are seeing at all in the ball, because this is just a ball after all, but what comes to your mind. Now, in the crystal balls that are actually crystal, just a quick aside here, because I think that's very much Wheel of Fortune, fortune telling, I think it all falls in alignment. There will be inflections and imperfections, and you can read those, and what that means is that pictures and things will pop out, just like when you're watching clouds take shape and change formation. But the same is true when you're scrying with a black piece of obsidian as well. This is here to absorb negative energy. That's why I have it. I don't use it for scrying. I have a ball that I do use for scrying. All right, and for other forms of divination. Back to this though. So, the tea leaf reading, check those out. They're fascinating because no one can teach you how to do it. You have to intuitively learn how to read that. Also, the knotted purse, symbolic of fortunes. Although this purse implies coins and wealth, not all fortunes are monetary. Good luck or fortune can involve success in a relationship, a career, or even evoke a more positive way of thinking. So let's say you pulled this. I'm so used to pulling cards. You picked this video. You selected this video. You're like, I want to choose the Wheel of Fortune. I want to choose the Ace of Cups. And I want to choose the Lovers. That would absolutely be a fantastic love reading, saying that you have picked the right connection in person. There will be love that's flowing and abundant, that's mutual between the two of you. You will both share it. What was the final one I said? The Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Cups, and then the Lovers, and that you both are actively making a choice, because the Lovers is Geminian energy, and that's about communication. You're actively communicating well, and you're actively choosing each other. The Lovers isn't automatic when you choose it. It doesn't mean you win and that's going to happen. It means that it's a relationship with potential to grow, because you both are willing to put in the work to make it do so. We don't fall into love. We actively create love, that part. So that would be how the 3-card pick would happen via these videos in Tarot to Go. So let's get into the card meaning for the Wheel of Fortune. Excuse me. The Wheel of Fortune is about sudden changes that seem to appear out of nowhere. The wheel that is governed by Jupiter is the largest planet, like I said, in the solar system, representing the expansive thinking, benevolence of fortune, and good humor. It is important to understand that, because all changes, this is important to understand, because not all changes can seem to be good. You could be on top of the wheel enjoying life, and then all of a sudden an unexpected event occurs, and there you are. And that's why I like the second version of this. The wheel's always turning. Sometimes you'll be crushed under the wheel. Sometimes you'll be riding high on top of the wheel. What I'm hearing is high flying, adored. That's why it's really important. This is just a little bit of empath, like kindness and knowledge, that when you are on top of the wheel, you're not rubbing that in anybody's face. Also, you're not gloating, because how quickly those tables do turn. That's literally what it is about. It's the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel, a table, a round table, turning. And also, it means that if you've had like narcissistic abuse, very specifically, I see the Wheel of Fortune come out for people that are survivors of narcissistic abuse, because the narcissist is like so happy in the discard stage, like, look at you down there as gum under my shoe. It's so funny, because soon they will be gum under someone else's shoe, and or by you walking away and going no contact, you now put them in the place where they're being crushed under the wheel. So never gloat at another's misfortune, because the Wheel of Fortune has a funny way of coming back around to get you. So I'm always very humble and careful in observance of my turn when the wheel is turning for me. In any case, it's important to understand because you could be on the bottom of the wheel. The trick is not to get crushed by it, both literally and figuratively. Whether you call it karma or destiny, there is a continuous movement of events. What goes around comes around. How you react to the situation that you're asking the question about determines the outcome of future events. If you believe the universe is benevolent, your reactions will be naturally more positive. When you get the Wheel of Fortune in a reading, it's a very auspicious sign, meaning it's a good thing. Big things are going to change. If you accept that fate happens, you move with the wheel and come out of it on top. If you struggle against it, you will eventually be rolled over into the mire at the bottom. A great many people find the safest place to be is at the very hub of the wheel, sitting calmly and watching it go around. This takes a good deal of acceptance, at the vicissitudes of life. Others may prefer a wilder ride as they rise and fall. The shadow side of this card lies in feeling out of control or even controlled by others. You have maybe given up your free will or are allowing negative things to seep in because you think that is your destiny and you can do nothing about it. But when the Wheel of Fortune is there, you can always do something about it. The kitchen wisdom is a good cook understands the law of cycles. When you have extra food, cook it up and put it in the freezer for those inevitable times when you do not have enough. That is such good advice, guys. Always prepare. And that is your tarot to go. So if you have not answered your question yet, pick 2 more. Clarify with those next 2. Stop at 3. Trust me, when you're learning, it's overwhelming to just be watching them infinitesimally. But if you're taking this in as a series and you're educating yourself in your very hermit energy, then hats off to you, and watch each one and take it in. Maybe do it as a meditation. Watch one a day. Whatever you choose to do, the Wheel of Fortune has something to say, and the tarot has something to say. The Wheel of Fortune is about expansion and luck for you, and about choosing to be the master of your fate and destiny. So good sharing energy with you guys. Come back and join me next time, okay, on Tarot to Go, and we'll continue to evolve together.